Alright, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you a 15-minute content cache article example. And you can create an article with this method, or like I said earlier, a blog post, some form of content that you can sell for cash, and you can create this including researching it and writing the article and having everything wrapped up in 15 minutes or less. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you how to do this. So one of the best places on the internet to find content, in my opinion, and especially content for articles, is this directory, article directory that we have right here, ezinearticles.com. So I highly recommend you go to ezinearticles.com, and like I said, we're trying to pick 3 sources for our article. So let's go find 3 sources very quickly for our article. So the very first thing we need to do is pick a topic. So let's say, just for example, that we have been given a topic on improving your credit score. Okay, and that's a topic that's very popular nowadays. A lot of people trying to improve their credit score so that they can get the right kind of home loans, the right kind of interest rates, and so on. And so what you want to do is you want to open up 3 tabs in your browser, okay, because we're going to have 3 different sources. So as you can see, I've opened up 3 tabs in my browser, all related to Ezine Articles, okay? And we're going to start researching our article. And also, one more thing you want to do is you want to also open up a page to put your article in. So this could be a notepad file, some kind of Word document. If you're a Mac, it could be the Pages document, whatever you have to put your article into. And so as you can see, I've opened up a notepad file, and I'm going to use this to write my article in. So let's go ahead and start the title. And so we'll call the title, we're trying to find 3 ways. And so let's say 3 ways to improve your credit score. Okay, so there's the title. Now, introductory paragraph. Now, if we go back to our template from earlier, you can see here it says many people would like to do X, but it can be difficult if you don't know how. So let's just grab that one and use it. Okay, so I'm going to say many people would like to improve their credit score, but it can be difficult if you don't know how. Okay. Now going back to our template, you can see that we need to introduce the 3 main points. And so 3 ways to do this is point 1, point 2, and point 3. So let's go pick out those points. So now that I have Ezine Articles open up here, I'm going to type in improve credit score and search that tab. Okay. In this one, I'm also going to type in improve credit score. And then the third one, I'm going to type in improve credit score and just see what comes up. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I've typed in improved credit score, and it looks like this one has come up. So I'm going to open up that tab for that article. Okay. So now I'm going to zip over here to the second tab and type in improve credit score, and we're going to see what comes up there. And then I have the third tab open and on improve credit score. So I've already picked one. Let's pick a second one. How about this one? 6 steps to improve and maintain a healthy credit score. Let's click on that. And so we're going to open that article up and going to get something from that in a couple of minutes. And then on this one, we need to see, we've done this one, we've done this one. So how about improve your credit score 5 tips? We'll pick our third article, our third source. And the reason you're picking 3 sources is because you simply want to get information from 3 different sources so that you're not really plagiarizing or taking information from any, from one source. Okay, is why you're doing this. And so we're going to go ahead and start with this one. So let's look for something that we can use to improve our credit score. Okay, so what's something that we can use here? And so looking at this first tab open here, this article, one thing that we can do is just they have a lot of really great ideas here, but let's just look at this one. Always pay on time. So there's one we can do, is always pay on time. Paying bills late has more consequences than just being stuck with late charges. It can account for about 35% of your credit score. Get in the habit of paying bills early. So I want to mention that in my article, okay, about paying bills on time. Now we're going to look through the second article here that we open and just grab something that pops out at us. So we mentioned paying bills on time. How about, let's see here, this looks pretty good. Keep your accounts open as long as possible. Since 15% of your credit score is length of time on file. So if 35% is paying bills on time, then 15% is just how long you have open credit lines. So definitely keep your credit lines. We want to mention that. All right, and then I'm going to zip over here to the third article for our third resource, and just kind of looking through here, it looks like we ought to probably mention this last one here. This looks pretty good. Correct all errors. Okay, so one reason for low credit scores is there are errors on your credit report. So you want to go get those corrected. So we definitely want to mention that in our article as well. All right, so back to our article. Here we go. We're going to say 3 ways to improve your credit score are, and then we're just going to list our 3 ways. Okay, so the first one, to always pay your bills on time. Okay, now the second one that we talked about, keep your accounts open as long as possible. Okay, and then the very third one that we talked about, last one, and correct all errors on your credit report. Okay, so those are our 3 main points that we're going to be talking about. And now you need the final sentence here. And if you remember, the final sentence tells the reader the benefits of reading your article. And so we want to tell them to read on, and discover how you can use these 3 simple steps to improve your credit score as well. Or just say to improve your credit score. That sounds good enough. All right, there we go. First paragraph, introductory paragraph. All right, now let's do our next paragraph. So now that we're done with the first paragraph, the second paragraph and the 3 following paragraphs after that, the first, second, and third paragraphs after the introduction, are going to be the following template. Make a general statement about the main point. Give supporting detail number 1. Give supporting detail number 2. So let's go find those. Since 15% of your score is determined by your length of credit history, it's important to keep these lines of credit open. In fact, it's probably best to even make small purchases on your account and pay them off immediately to improve your score. Okay, and I got both of these supporting details about the 15% and paying off your purchase immediately from this article right here. You know, it talks about that in this particular article at this particular point. And now we're going to zip over to our third article that we opened up here, and we're going to look at this last point here, which is correct all errors. Okay, so we want to talk about correcting errors on a credit report and things that we can do to correct those. So here we go. We're going to say, finally, it's important to correct any errors on your credit report. Okay, so we need 2 subpoints underneath that. So order your credit reports often and keep track of anything that looks like a mistake. Okay, so then we're going to go back and also have another point. So here it talks about scrutinize your report, pinpoint any errors, sort the issues out with credit reporting agencies. Most common error are collection accounts, late payments, and charge-offs. Okay, so we want to mention something like that in our report as our article as well. If you find any errors, be sure to report them immediately to the credit bureaus, okay, or actually I think I'll say credit, what it said in the article, credit reporting agencies. Be sure to report them immediately to the credit reporting agencies so that they can correct these mistakes. There we go. Okay, so we have our main point and our 2 subpoints. All right, so now we're ready for the conclusion. So let's take a look at that. And in our conclusion, if we go back to our template, you can see that we're going to simply transition into the conclusion. We're going to summarize our 3 main points, and we're going to tell the reader what they can now do with this information. So we're just going to make some general statements. So I'm going to say, usually I like to say, as you can see, and then I'm going to state the topic again. Okay, improving your credit score can take some time, but it is well worth it. Okay, and then we're simply going to summarize the 3 main points. You want to be sure to, and then you're basically going to just simply copy what you've written up here. Okay, you want to be sure to, let's just have it right here. We'll just basically copy and paste that. Okay, you want to be sure to, boom, pay your bills on time, keep your accounts open as long as possible, and correct all errors on your credit report. All right, finish it out. Use these 3 simple steps to improve your credit score and get the credit rating that you deserve. The end. Okay, right there. So as you can see, we've done this whole process, research, finished the article and everything in about 12 minutes. So in under 15 minutes, as promised, about 12 minutes or so, we have researched this article. And please remember that I was also explaining it to you as we were doing it, right? So it probably could have been a lot less. But we came up with a title. We came up with our introductory paragraph. We stated our 3 main points. We expanded upon our 3 main points, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, and then at the very end we basically summarized the article again with the conclusion, stated the 3 main points, and basically said get out there and do this task and you can improve your credit score. So I would encourage you to put this information to use to create articles and also blogs, blog postings that you can create and sell to other people, content for cash, in 15 minutes or less. Now in the next video we're going to talk about some different places that you can actually sell your content for cash, so that you can, now that you know how to do this, you can put this system to use and start making money right away.